were many others. The Aztecs did sacrifices to their gods, and their sacrifices were human sacrifices. So they would pick, I don't know, I have no idea how they would select the person to be sacrificed to the gods. But at the beginning, when I started to see the altars or the offerings, when I was younger, I would look at it and say, oh my gosh, why would they do that to the skulls and their offerings? And they celebrate and they decorate with the skulls. I don't have one because I still think that they're strange, but I always was a little bit happy with that look. When I realized why they do it, guys, when they put the skulls, actually they are showing pride because the person that was sacrificed is a good person that was offered to the gods. So that's how they are looking at it. They are not sad, they are not thinking that it's ugly, no, they are proud of that person that was sacrificed. So you see in the Aztecs, if you see any of their pictures in the whole history, there are going to be tons of skulls, because that was a very warlike civilization. So you're going to see this a lot, but that is part of their symbols that they have. Now, you have, for example, then the Christians came, and the Christians are going to add to these, they are going to blend together. Of course, they wanted to take away the indigenous celebrations, but they couldn't because they were too strong. The indigenous had that. So with it that they couldn't. So they ended blending the two beliefs. That's why we're going to find crosses, we're going to find the candles, we're going to find different things. So let me explain a little bit of the meaning of that. The Aztecs look at the candles as the fire, one of their symbols, one of the gods. The Christians are looking at the candles as the light that is going to guide the spirits, and they are going to bring them. So if you look at this, ours is a very simple. I am proud of it. I like it, but it's a simple, not like the ones that you saw there. So let me start here. When you see this is an arch, it's called an arch or an arch?
Either one.
Arch. The arch represents the gate of the other world. So there beyond is the dead. There beyond is the other world. And then we are here. So this is the gate. By putting the candles, they believe that they will attract the spirits. By putting the marigolds, these of course are not, the yellow flowers that are called marigolds, not only the color but also the smell of the flowers supposed to attract the spirits. What else do we have here? The food is for the spirits when they come, and they will smell and they are going to be attracted to the food that they used to love. You're going to find also, so this again, this is a Christian symbol and part the candles, because we always believe the light is good. It's always good, opposite to the darkness, okay? But this is to attract them. Now, we are going to find in the altars things like this. Why do you think that we have this here? That doesn't look like anything traditional, right? One of the students, her dad died when she was about 7 years old, and she has the picture here. So she wanted to remember her dad with this jersey because he was an Eagles fan. So this is what we do. We would bring, if you are a soccer player or a fan, we would have either some cleats or we would have a soccer ball. Like they were joking about the tequila, Mexican people love tequila. Well, of course they have their tequila there. Anything that is close to them and that will bring them back. These are very similar, very common images. The Virgin Mary, again the Christianity, and the most important part, the pictures. The pictures for us to remember them. So when they talk about the family members, it's like having a big family reunion and talking about that friends that we love. Either we invite them and they just come home and we talk about them, or with them, about them, or memories, or people that we remember when big families get together and there is a relative. Man, many times you start to talk about them and laugh about it and try to bring all the memories of your childhood or just your lives. that's exactly what happened with them. Because they don't want to forget the beautiful family, the beautiful people that they had in their lives. Like they say, this is when they celebrate the death, it's actually a celebration of life, which means is they are going to be thankful for having that person in their lives at some point. Each one of us, we are basically the blend of these people that raised us, our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. And we become that adults based on that family or this group of people that brought us together. So that's one of the things that they always are grateful for. And many times you're going to realize that with the time, when you get older, that many times you're going to start to act like your mom's like, oh my gosh, I sound like my mom, saying things like my dad, because we don't know that, but we start to show the same things that we learn as children. And so why not to honor these people that have given us so much, that we don't want to just close the gate and say they're dead, there is no connection. The Aztecs, and especially the Aztecs, they believe that death is just a stage in life. It is one of our parts of life. It's nothing bad, it's nothing good, it's just a part of life, like having your childhood, your youth years, your teenagers, and also when you become older. So this is part of life. It's one thing that is going to happen anywhere, all the time. That's why you so many of the people wearing this, the Katrina, is that a skeleton, is that scary looking outfit, because they know that death is everywhere. That's why they're representing you. You saw death you saw them in the musicians, the mayor, the dancers, all of them were wearing that because death is everywhere, but it's part of life. So they are not scared at any point. And that's why going to the cemetery and spending the night there and cleaning the graves of the tombs and spending the night there is not a big deal. It's not going to be spooky. And you saw some of the pictures at the cemetery with all the lights and the candles. Does it look like a scary place? So that's how it is. But if you think right now, especially if it is Halloween night, you say, going to the graveyard. And then I go, ooh, you'd be really scared, but it's God. But when you think in this other way, it's like, this is a beautiful way to celebrate people in our lives. Okay, do we have any questions so far? Anybody that would like to share about somebody that has died in your life, especially if you have a picture?
I have a picture I want to add to it.
Okay.
Of my grandfather. Can I bring it over?
Yes. And would you like to share with us?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Anybody would like, Grandpa, would you like to talk about somebody special? Would you like me to talk about somebody?
Yeah.
So, these are my parents. Okay. My dad's name was Mario. Estos son mis padres, mis más amados, the most loved ones, is that what I call them. So that's my dad, Mario, and my mom, her name was Maria. So, they were married for about 50 years. We are 7 children. No, we are 8 children. I have 7 siblings. We are 8 kids. So we are 10. It's a large family, right? But we were a happy family. We grew up not with much money, but it was a happy family all together. I grew up always with a sibling next to me, older or younger. So it was always like having a lot of friends, but all of them living in the same house. So it was a very interesting but beautiful life. So I have the best memories of my childhood. But my dad died about 20 years ago, and I just want to share a little bit about that, because it's a hard step. Losing your parents is a very difficult thing, but we never think about it. And I don't want you to get scared and then go and think about it all night, no. But I'm going to just share a little bit of this. So 20 years ago, I was pregnant with my child, John Kevin. And that was my second child. We were really happy, my husband and I met, got engaged, we met quickly and love each other and got married, and it was just a good life. So anyway, our second child is in the way, but my dad was sick for several weeks, and then I kept calling mom and asking. Usually every week I call and say, "How's my dad doing?" And she said, "He's doing okay, honey. He's just sleeping now." And then every time that I called, he was sleeping and he was doing fine. But she always crying. So I stopped asking her about my dad because every time that I talk about that, she would cry. So I kind of asked, "How is everybody? Is everybody doing okay?" And then, but that's how I went for months. And one day, I was about 7 months pregnant, and I got a card from some friends in Ohio. And I look at the card. We didn't see each other for several years. And I look at the card, and I just a sympathy card, and I laugh about it. Oh, they're thinking that I'm dead. They're sending me a sympathy card. So it was a really funny thing. I open the card, and it says, "I'm sorry about your father's loss." And I had that horrible feeling. I was like, "What?" I said, "No, they are mistaken. I'm sure that is not my dad. My grandpa died 3 years before that." I said, "But that's kind of late. But I'm sure that they're confused because why are they saying that my dad is fine?" But then for a second, it came to my mind, and I said, "Hold on a second. I haven't talked to my dad for a long time." And every time that I ask mom about my dad, she cries. So I pick up the phone and I call her and I say, "Mom, I just got a sympathy card." And then she started crying because she knew what this was about. And she cried and she told me, that my dad, he was sick for a long time, and that week that he was in the hospital and the week that he was dying, he made her promise that she would call me because I was pregnant and I couldn't go and I couldn't do anything. So she couldn't tell me because that's what she promised me before he died. And the reason for that, my sister had lost the baby about 6 months before that. So in his mind, if I knew about that, then I would lose my baby. So that's how I found out about my dad's death. So it was really hard, and I asked my family never ever again do this to me. But 9 months later, my mom died. She died of a heart attack. No, the broken heart. That's what the doctor said. That was a broken heart. Broken heart is this happens to people, especially that have lived together for many years. They were almost in their 50th anniversary. So when you are close to that person for such a long time, and that person dies, it's like the other half is there. The heart is not anymore. So my mom kind of gave up in life. So she died 9 months later. And as you can see, I lost my parents in less than a year, both of them, and that was really difficult. But I was a teenager like all you are. I argued with my mom, and I wanted to be a friend.